James Kennedy here, trying to send some content out to the world. In what should be the greatest time to be alive, it's the weirdest time alive. And it's going to be a scarier time to be alive, and hopefully not a depressing time to be alive. Because I did a video about this earlier. Here's what's happening in my opinion, which is my observation. We all want the truth. We all believe we know what the truth is. How the fuck could you film a movie during this? How can you watch a movie during this? How can you watch TV shows? Seriously, there are people that are drinking that don't care, smoking that don't care, but I think a lot more people do care. And I care. And I feel it is our belief and our job to talk about this stuff. And I don't even know how to describe what time it is to be alive. It is odd. It is odd. How can you go about your daily life when your daily life isn't your daily life anymore? So how can movie actors audition when they can't even go into a room? I don't know why every day I'm reporting. I'm not the fucking news. I am not the news. I'm Jamie Kennedy. I'm an actor. I'm a comedian. I'm a producer. I'm a writer. A TV host or presenter if you're in another country. Who's a TV presenter? But now I'm the fucking news. Because I'm as a comedian, we have to say what's funny to us. And there's nothing funnier than what's going on in the world right now. I mean, it's also insane, but it's like making so much of our jobs harder. And the more we see that's bizarre, the more we point out that there might be something weird in Denmark, the more they try to shut you up. So, as you know, I posted something on my Instagram, and I got a couple strikes because I said something back using the same words the person said to me, and I got strikes. I feel like my YouTube videos aren't getting the views, but the comments are robust. So, I'm sorry. It's going to be $5 a month, and I'm going to join all the other platforms too, but I'm going to have to beef up my Patreon, and I'm not doing that to bilk you out of $5 a month. I really am not. I'd rather just put it up free, have you watch it for free, and then get an ad from, Papa John's. But I don't even know if I'm going to have this. Who knows what's going to happen to me? What I'm saying is, if I am getting strikes and they're saying, oh my God, you could lose access to your Instagram. Jamie Kennedy. He's everybody's neighbor. He's the last true centrist. He sees a little something on this side, sees a little something on this side. Let's figure it out. Let's work it out. Let's chill, baby. But when he sees hypocrisy, so I don't know. I guess I'm a podcaster, newscaster now. But I'm really just doing this to be funny and give my thoughts. But the world is so crazy that I can't stop giving thoughts about it. It starts with this. I went to Party City today to get balloons for somebody I love very much. And the guy behind the counter, I'm going to do an accent because he was sweet as pie, but I like to impersonate people. He goes, I'm sorry, we're not selling balloons today. And I said, why? And he says, there's a helium shortage. And I said, what? And he said, yes, there's some sort of helium shortage. So we don't know when we're going to be able to blow balloons again. I said, well, what about Burbank? Helium shortage. I said, South Bay? He goes, helium shortage. He said, maybe Sherman Oaks, but you got to get there before 9. Other than that, I think everyone has a helium shortage. And I'm like, yo. And so I'm in the store. And this hardcore vato looks at me. He's got this beautiful little son with him. His beautiful wife. The kid's all happy. The fucking going to have a birthday. And he goes, it's crazy, right, Holmes? It is crazy, right? I said, yeah, dude. He goes, there's no helium. There's no helium. I'm like, I know. I go, well, you know what's up. He goes, yeah, I know what's up, Holmes. I'm like, that supply chain. He's like, yeah. I go, what are you going to do for the little man? He goes, I guess we're going to use air. We're going to use air, homie. So they fucking blew a bunch of air from the thing into the balloon. And the cutest little kid's walking out, and all these balloons are just flat. I mean, they're blown up, but they're just like, So there's a helium shortage. I'm going to go around, and I'm going to go back. basically, in a nutshell, this has been talked about for the last 2, 3, 4 years. It depends on who you follow. And everybody who said this stuff was happening was considered a conspiracy theorist. I held back on saying a lot of my beliefs because I didn't want to be called cuckoo. Okay. But I would put a little testers in the water, and those who chummed it for me chummed it, and those who didn't, didn't. But like, I can't really I'm not going to go full blown right now, but I've been full blown for a while, and you can't say it because of all the things that they'll do to you and say you're crazy and all this stuff. But I'm not surprised. Enjoy it while you can, while it's helium, because that shit soon is going to move over to grapefruits. You think toilet paper was bad? Wait till you can't find an egg. Wait till you can't find an egg. And when Chick-fil-A has a shortage, then you better start to figure out how to survive. Because when a major corporation that's good and efficient, like Chick-fil-A, if they start having a chicken shortage, which they had some little shortages before, but they haven't had any where I've been now, it's going to be real interesting. People are going to panic. So, first of all, I want to say is my friend hit me up from Philly, and he's just, this is a metaphor of everything that I want to say. He hit me up with an amazing, dope restaurant. There's an amazing restaurant in LA called Bestia. Just hardcore hipsters, tattoo heads, maybe ex-cons, making the freshest fucking, brajol and gnocchi, and it's in downtown in a warehouse, and it's the highest end restaurant in LA, and it's hidden, and it's truffle. It's the Bestia, right? It's real gritty, real good. And so there was a place in LA called Al Gelato on Robertson, and it was a little old lady, and it was the best meatball you ever had, and the best, I want one right now, the best, I want to say ice cream, but it's Italian flavor, gelato. So my boy I used to take there, who's what we call a guinea. Now, I think I can say that because he would be okay with it. He was a grease spot, a real Italian. And he was like, this shit is amazing. Okay. So then he sends me pictures of this new place in Philly. He's like, new spot, new nookie spot. And there's these tattoo kids making shit right in front of him, fresh nookie, pounding it out, putting the potato and the flour and the semolina and this shit. And he has a Prosecco, and I'm like, where? And he's like, North Philly, which used to be Gunshot Central, and now it's all gentrified and hipsters, and and he's like, old LA is everywhere, bro. I could get this shit in Minnesota now. And I go, why? I go, because my sister said that. And he goes, because everybody knows the secrets. And I said, because the internet. And he said, yeah. Because you can't back in the 90s, 2000s, when the internet wasn't as fast, if you were in Cleveland, you were still eating the Cleveland shit, a Cleveland dog. And I ain't mad at a Cleveland hot dog. If you were in Wisconsin, a beer battered cheese curd is what you were doing. You weren't getting a lot of kale juice. But now I can go to Wisconsin and I can have a kale juice. I don't just have to eat bratwurst. You know what I'm saying? Because of what? The internet. So all these places are getting the dopest restaurants. That on a micro scale is happening on a macro scale. And so what I want to tell you is this. The connecting of the dots of that analogy is, if you're getting in restaurants and the food is good in LA, which was supposed to be, you had to move to LA, now you never have to leave your city because LA will come to you. New York will come to you. And you can get all the recipes and the art and all this stuff, right? But when it comes, and it's all approved. Like, oh my God, I fucking had this in LA. A guy opened up a place in Minnesota. You can open up a dope New York bagel spot in fucking somewhere in Austin, and it'll kill. Right? Before Austin was a cowpoke town, even though it's hip. It's been hip for a while. How come it's accepted with food and music and other things, the sharing of ideas, but it's not with information? Well, it is with information, but the powers that be try to say, oh, all these people get together online and they start these groups and they make up stuff and they're typing cat and then they get all this misinformation, right? So how come you can get a meatball recipe that's incredible and make it in a little town, and then that little town has a big town flavor, Like I went to Louisville, dude, Louisville. There's amazing restaurants there that weren't there 15 years ago because of the internet. What I'm saying is it's because of the sharing of information. But somehow the sharing of information that is information against big tech, big pharma, big government, big everything, we're crazy. We're crazy, which takes us back to the balloons that I couldn't fill because there's a helium shortage when I've been saying it for at least 8 months. There's a supply chain issue, which, a lot of people knew that, but a lot of people didn't want to admit it. This is just helium. And it's been happening way longer than 8 months. I just didn't want to say it because people go, where do you get your information from? And I'm like, not CNN, but the people that are saying it. Yeah, they may be a little crazy, but it makes sense. I'm looking at the fucking stuff. So now there's some comedy here. There's some sadness here. And there's some downright scariness coming. If you look, like I said, the world has never been more plethora, quicker. There's enough for everyone. Do not believe anyone. I am telling you, I travel the world. There is enough for everyone. It's the people and the powers that be that are disrupting this and this chaos. There's enough resources, food, all of this stuff, but they're making it not that way. So if you think about it, it all makes sense. What what's been deemed a conspiracy theorist is saying. You start with the one thing that shut down the world. You know what it is. I can't even say it, which is insane. So then Elon makes a bid for Twitter, which is one of the biggest town halls, which he said it brilliantly. And Pamela Sisson, amazing photographer extraordinaire, said, if Elon doesn't buy Twitter, he single-handedly exposed the corruption of wanting to censor us. When she's 100% right. The fact that you have a fiduciary duty. You don't even have to go to business school to know this. You learn this shit in 3rd grade. If I buy into a company and I give you $10 and it goes to $80 and someone wants to buy that company out, if you run the company, you have a fiduciary legal duty to ask the shareholders, hey, do you want to take this offer or do you want to ride and you want to think that it'll go longer? You have to ask the shareholders. And then the shareholders will say, you know what? I want to make my $70 profit. Sell it to Musk. And the board can't do shit. The board. I used to work with a con man. He was a gambler. He goes, well, I have to check with the board. Like he thought he had a bunch of money and he said, oh, I have to check with the board. I'm like, the board's the bag. The board's the bag that's holding the $500,000. There's no fucking board. Don't act like there's more people than you and me. Well, I'm the fucking board. He's like, well, there's a board. Because he used to say that there was people making decisions to help us gamble. I'm like, it's a long other story. But he was like, I got to check with the board. There's no fucking board. That's a con man game. So the con here is that Elon made a very generous offer, which is almost double, because a very big speculation house or whatever had it at a great price at 30, and he offered 54, which is almost double. Anyway, they're blocking the deal because that means they want to censor us. Because that means they don't want us to know all the shit that he would bring Trumpy Dumpy right back, and then fucking people would melt in their spots, and we would be laughing and going crazy. And anybody with no common sense, I'm not even saying liberals, I'm just saying people with no common sense would be like, this is great, don't let him talk, you're going to hurt me. As opposed to just saying, all right, take some of the stuff that Trumpy says and go, that's interesting, and take other stuff and say, I don't agree with it. But so mommy and daddy right now don't want us to see all the stuff. Mommy and daddy don't. And mommy and daddy are hiding stuff in the liquor cabinet. Mommy and daddy have a secret. Mommy and daddy have a secret life. And they don't want us to see. But we're growing up and we're getting it past puberty and we're getting smarter. The fact that we can't talk, you already know. The fact that I got weird checks on my gram, you already know. The fact that Elon with fucking he's got 313 in the bank, 313B, 313B in the bank, and he's like getting pushed back to buy Twitter. That's a fucking wart on his dick to buy that. He could buy that shit and never, ever, ever even dip into his Chick-fil-A fund. Okay? So the fact that they're not taking it shows you the bigger issue at problem. And you need to start listening to the crazy people on the corner, i.e. me. You don't need to listen to me, but at least don't disregard me. I know those who fuck with me don't disregard me, but all the other people that allow these people to stay like this, we need to check them. I'm not even going January 6th. I'm just saying, like, they're fucking us up for all of us because they're so dumb. There's just so many dumb people that have these stupid ass beliefs of like, well, a fireman would never start a fire because he's a fireman. It's like, you hope not, but it doesn't work like that. It's just not questioning shit. So if you think about it, it makes sense. The last 2 years has been the fucking hardcore sniffles. People are still saying 1.3 million died because of the sea. They're not saying any of the comorbidities. So there's people just literally just blaming the sea. Now, people are getting all types of issues, and they ain't blaming the V. There was a thing, a billboard right down the street, right here, with a dude doing a beautiful flip on a trampoline, and it said, "Boosted is best." And he's flipping. He's fit as fuck midair. And I'm like, well, okay, that's one side of the billboard, but then put a soccer player that fainted and go, "Boosted could be bust, but boosted is best, or boosted is bust." See, that's why you and I are going, something smells weird, Mommy. Mommy, it smells weird. That's what I'm saying. Because you know and I know that there's another side of that coin. They're not presenting that side of the coin, and that's why all this shit is where it is, and that's why I can't blow up my balloons. The balloon is everything. The fact that that balloon is fucking falling to the ground is a metaphor for us. We've never been a better time to be alive. We can communicate. Hit a phone and a car shows up. Hit a phone and a chicken sandwich comes up. Check your account so your whole life savings in 1 second. I can do my 20 life things in 3 seconds on my fucking phone. Watch fucking 10 episodes of a show. I could do things that would take me a year in fucking 20 minutes on my phone. It's a joke. But yet we don't have helium? And don't be a dork and say, well, we don't have helium because Russia. We don't have helium not just because of Russia. A lot of other reasons we don't have helium. So think about it. If there was a group of dudes that had this big rock that we're floating on, and they said, okay, by this time in the world, we know that technology and the internet is going to get to a place where we can kind of streamline this planet like I just streamlined all my bills. I don't need to write a check anymore. Not that I did for a while, but there's certain places that are old school that take a check, believe it or not. Well, I hooked up everything to my bank account, everything. And even the most oldest school place, I'm like, every 31st, take that out. Thank you. I don't want to buy a movie on a DVD. I want to stream it through my eyeballs. Bam. Thank you. Everything is smooth, right? As I'm watching Bridgerton, which I haven't watched, I want Chick-fil-A here. I want a cigarette there. I want a marijuana cigarette there. I would like to have my legs up here. Masseuse coming over there. Someone Ubering my dry cleaning over there. And it's smooth, right? So why are we having all these issues if we have all this smoothness? Because a lot of other people are saying, well, we can do this and we don't need all these extra bodies. I know. You think I'm crazy, but it's like, think about it. You start with the one thing that takes out X amount of people. The next thing is taking out more people. Because why? Why are there so many building projects going up in LA? And why are the streets just covered in tents? Never in my life. And this is not just LA. I know LA is an intense place for it. Intense. But other cities may not have it as much, but I've seen it in a lot of other cities. So don't just say it's LA. But LA is a mecca of it. So all of this wealth over here, all of this brokenness over here, no money. People are walking the streets at night, picking up garbage cans, picking up old cigarettes, arguing with each other, throwing hammers at each other, fucking going up, stealing people for their wings, sleeping in a tent, walking in traffic, not giving a fuck. Putting tents like now almost in the street. They don't give a fuck. Cops are turning their heads the other way. It's just insane. And you know it's insane. The fact that you can't talk, the fact that people are walking around like zombies, the fact that if anyone in my comments denies this, I want to see your name. I want to see where you live. Please dox yourself and go, okay, Jamie, I'll prove it to you. It's not like this. Please don't be a bot. Be real. I got a ton of people from different cities today just said, oh my God, dude, the helium thing is in my city too. Like, and that is a baby version of what's happening, which is coming to the insane version. I mean, Biden, dude, I just posted this thing with Biden. Like if you made fun of Trump and you don't make fun of Biden, please turn your brain over to goodwill. Please turn it into goodwill now and just stop, because it's insane. The guy literally fucking turned and shook a hand with no one. And he looked at the wall and greeted the wall. This shit is funny, but it's elder abuse. It's elder abuse to make this dude run America when he ain't running it. It's elder abuse that this dude is in office. And Pelosi, she's over there. I'm not even political. She's like, oh, Joe, do you see, well, what we're going to do with the economy, Joe? And she clapped. What the fuck is that? What are you, a fucking skeletal walrus? What the fuck was that? It's weird. She has hands. She doesn't have arthritis. Use your fucking hands, lady. And if you can't use your fucking hands, maybe you shouldn't be in office. No offense. I have a heart problem. You don't see me playing for the Lakers. It's okay. But that was the light portion of the show. Now we're going to go into the fucking insane portion of the show. So think about it. We got all this technology. We've got all this freedom. You've got apps. You've got, you can meet a lover on an app. You can get a chicken sandwich on an app. Sometimes they're one and the same. You can adopt an animal on an app. You can meet friends for an app. You can get alcohol on it, everything. But yet the world is bizarre, right? It should be easy right now. And so, which leads us to, okay, well, somebody wants to take over some shit and not have us work. So because they want to implement AI and robotics, and that means there's a lot of people that are going to be out, and they're trying to figure out how this uprising is, how to thwart this uprising, right? This is what this is happening. It's all my opinion, but well, right now, all you have to do is just go on Weibo, which I've been on Weibo and I stopped going on it because there's a lot of atrocities happening in China right now. People are getting pulled away. Kids are being separated from their parents if they have COVID. Animals are being left in the street to die. Humans are being locked in their apartment with no food. It's absolutely insane. And the reason I don't post about it every day is because I don't want to get shut down. That's also insane. Our fellow human beings, good people in another part of the world, are being tortured for what a lot of us believe is a fucking really fucked up fucking cold. Yeah, there's more to it than a cold. It is. I didn't like it when I had it. I didn't. And I have, I don't want to say comorbidities because I wasn't going to die. I have co-issues, and I got okay. I got through it. So far, I feel great. There's moments I don't feel good, but I feel great. If you go and look at the videos, search them on the other gram. You know what I'm saying? The other gram. You know what I'm saying? It's insane. It's fucking sad. It's maddening. It's scary. It's sad. I mean, fucking cats. Fucking cats. Live cats are in bags meowing because they think they're fucking sick. And cats are gonna, I don't even say what they're gonna do. Humans. They don't put them in a bag in the street, but they're locking them in their apartment. And let's even go deeper. Damn, I'm gonna catch shit for this, but I don't think I can not say it. If you don't talk about this, you're not a good person. If you know about it, right? If I don't talk about it, I'm complicit. If I don't help my fellow human being, I'm complicit. Human beings are being locked in their apartment. They're trying to order food. There's food deliveries that aren't going in because they're overcrowded and stuff. They might not have food for a week, 2 weeks. People are dying in their apartment. That's just known. You saw the whaling video we saw, cat video you saw, but the people are pulled away from each other. And these police guys are just drones of the state. No. And just taking people away from their families. Like, fucking insane. And those videos are being suppressed on our big tech platforms, which is fucking evil. Now let's go even deeper. Harry Potter came out. Fantastic Beast, Dumbledore. They cut 2 lines. This is a whole other pod. They cut 2 lines because Dumbledore or someone in the movie, some character is gay, said he was with another guy or something. You can find that. Warner Brothers, I love you. God, we've done some great stuff together. Am I fucking my shit up right now by saying this? That's terrible. They are bowing to China for money. So the movie makes money overseas. Why this is happening. Let's go again. The Olympics just happened in China. They're allowed to have the Olympics. There's a genocide happening over there. With Muslims. It starts with a Y. I don't have it all. You guys can look it up. I don't know enough about it to speak on it, but I've been told by many people there's certain people they're called and they're Muslims. I want to say there's a year ago something. I apologize because I'm not the fucking news. I don't have a fact checking team here, but I've read a couple things on this. So the Olympic Committee is turning the other way. Studios are still selling their product. You can't be a woke employee and work at Warner Brothers or Disney. You can't. If you're woke and you say anything woke and you work and your product makes money in China, you're a hypocrite. And you need to expose yourself. You cannot be pro LGBTQ and take money out of a project from China. You can't. Right here, Fantastic Beasts, it proves it to you. I'm not even trying to burn bridges with Warner Brothers. I'm just trying to say, like, why, man? Why are you doing that? You can say, well, it's 2 lines, whatever. But then you have all these people within the ecosystem of Warner Brothers and other studios, saying gay rights, but yet this is an act of suppression. And it's not by a suppression by like a bunch of cowboys like, I ain't going to get with 2 men kissing, man, that ain't for me. It ain't that. It's not just some fucking confused old fucking rednecks. This is I'm scared to talk about what is going on over there because I'm literally like, I don't know who the fuck. This regime, dude, they're fucking don't give a fuck to their own people. It's insane. And people here don't want us talking about it, which is evil. And then let's go even more. Do you think it's going to stop at the ocean? Our country's going to go, that ain't a bad idea. Hey, man. Well, your aunt has it. You got it. You got to separate them. Hey, grab that 5-year-old. Bring him over here. You stay over there in the corner, aunt. I'm telling you, you don't want to believe it. I know we're not a communist country. I'm not even political. I can't believe I'm talking about this shit. That's just how bad it's got that Jamie fucking Kennedy is talking about this shit. That's how you should think about this right now. This is what this video should be called. It's gotten so bad that Jamie fucking Kennedy is talking about this shit. Think about that. I shouldn't be talking about this shit. I should be kicking it old school. Fucking B-radding for you. Pulling a prank. Doing a nice guest spot on Criminal Minds. I shouldn't be talking about this shit. Why am I your fucking voice of moral reason? That should tell you everything. This is not my job. But I feel compelled. I feel fucking sick. I feel sad. I feel weird. I'm not scared of a lot of things, but man, I think we are heading to Blade Runner Town quicker than you could ever imagine. And I don't care where you live. Where you live, you better be. You can still fuck with big cities, but you better have your little fucking tuck away somewhere. And you better have people around you. I can't just sit here and talk about, why Randy shouldn't have died in Scream 2. I mean, I could have, but it's great. But that's just beautiful escapism. Can't escape right now. It's too weird. Like, subscribe. I might have to do more on Patreon. I don't want to do it because I don't want to feel like I'm trying to make money off you, or I can't talk. I don't know. Be safe, man. Love you.